Hey, Iris. Do you have a moment to talk?
Right now? Sure. What's going on?
Well, this has to do with the trip we're taking starting tomorrow. Nadia is going to be coming along with us.
What? Nadia's going to be coming along with us on this trip?
That's right. After talking with Nadia yesterday about the trip we planned to take, she told me she wanted to go along with us as well. So I invited her along to join us on this fun family trip.
Wait. What do you mean you just invited her along? You saying it so casually like that is a huge problem. Tomorrow is when we're all planning on heading out.
Nadia said that she'll be ready in time for tomorrow, so we don't have to worry about her. She's already started packing while we're here speaking.
Wait, I'm not worried about the fact that she'll be packed or not for the trip. You do realize that this trip is a family trip, and that means that it's just meant to be between us and your parents, right? And, well, you're asking for a random woman to come and join us on this trip that's supposed to be only for the family. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
What do you mean, random person? Nadia is a long-time friend of mine, right? We've known each other ever since we were tiny, and she's always been around me and my family. She's pretty much a sister to me, honestly.
I'm sure to you things may seem that way between you two, but to me, I'm not really that comfortable being around her.
You don't have to be worked up over here. She's not going to do anything to you, and she won't expect anything from you either. She actually happens to be a really outgoing woman, so you and her will get along quite well, to be honest.
This is not about us communicating with one another. Tomorrow is the trip, right? We already made reservations for just 4 people to stay, and there isn't any available room for her. I'm not sure the resort will take too kindly to us just changing the amount of people we'd like to have on our reservation.
I'm sure the resort will be fine with us adding 1 extra person. You think they'd throw a fit over something like that? And when they bring food to our rooms every morning, they can always bring extra so she can have that. You are getting way too worked up over nothing here.
Wait, there is also the car situation. The car will only fit about 4 people into it, so she won't be able to ride with us.
The car situation. Well, let's do this. We can have Nadia ride in the car with us, and you can take the bus there or something.
What?
Well, since there can only be 4 people fit into the car, I'll be the one driving, and I'll have Nadia ride shotgun, and Mum and Dad in the back seats. So you can go ahead and take a bus there, and we'll all meet there once everyone arrives.
What? Why me?
Why you? Because Nadia doesn't know anything about the resort and where it's at. If we have her take the bus there or something, she'd probably get lost on the way. She's not really used to travelling by herself, so it would be best for her to come with me in the car. I think you're far more used to riding buses and travelling on your own, so you go ahead and take one. Don't you feel like that's the best option here?
Huh?
Also, there's this. At the resort, you're going to be with my parents. Remember, we reserved 2 rooms in that suite there, right? One for my parents and one for you and I. Well, I'm thinking that Nadia and I will share a room, and you can be with my parents. How's that sound?
Huh? Why would you suggest something as stupid as that to me? Don't you think that she should be in a room with your parents and you and I get a room to ourselves? Why, when you and I are husband and wife, do I have to be with your parents?
What's wrong with that? Do you not want to be with my parents?
It's not that I don't want to be with them. Rather, I'm going to be thinking about how you are sharing a room with Nadia. I'm not going to do something like that. And it's not even like these rooms are going to be that big anyway, so I'm going to be smothered by both your mom and dad. This is not okay, Lucas. Anyway, I've already told you we can't just ask the resort to increase the amount of people on the reservation, right? It's too late. I'm sorry, but it's a no-go from me on having Nadia come along with us this time. Now, go tell her no.
If I went back to her now and said no, I'd feel terrible for her. She's been looking forward to this trip for the past couple of hours. It's totally fine that we'll be bringing 1 extra person along. If the resort does have any issues with her coming, then I'll be the one paying for her, all right? That should make you happy, right?
What? When making the plans for this whole trip, you said you wouldn't pay for any of my trip and stay, saying that it was mine to pay for. So I had to use up my bonus from this year to pay for this trip. But when it's for Nadia, you're all in on paying for her to come on the trip.
What's wrong with that? Stop trying to make it seem like you hate all of this. Now, this is all fine with you, right?
No, it's not. Let me tell you right now that Nadia is not just some normal longtime friend of yours. I've heard plenty of times from your mom that in the past you both dated for a while. So in other words, Nadia is your ex-girlfriend, right? What the heck do you think you're doing, bringing your ex-girlfriend on a family trip with both your parents and your wife? I don't think any of this is funny if it's some kind of joke. I do not want her coming along with us.
What's gotten into you? You jealous of her or something? You are such a loser for being jealous of someone like her.
This is not about me being jealous of her. This is the family trip that I had to plan out and then pay for. This is about me wondering why out of all the people you planned to bring along on this trip last minute, you chose to want to bring your ex-girlfriend. And why are we still talking about her as though you want to be around her all the time? I'm your wife. Why do you want her around you all the time on this trip when I'm the person you're supposed to love? This is all completely screwed up.
Oh, you are such a pain in my neck, Iris. I've told you already that Nadia is just a long-time friend of mine now, and that's it. And the only reason we dated in the past is because both of our families are friends with each other. Being around one another all the dang time would lead to us trying out the dating life with one another, right? And let's be honest, you came far later than her in my life. So just give it up and deal with her.
Deal with her? What? You're going to mess up all the plans I worked so hard on making the day before the trip when you never once helped me in any way setting all this up? I had to reserve the resort and pay for all that. I had to reserve all the food and pay for that. And I'm supposedly the one paying for gas. But now you want me to ride the bus there separately and then stay in a room with your mom and dad? You really think I'm just going to deal with all of that? You have no right.
Oh, jeez. You're being so freaking rude now. My mum said this was fine having Nadia join us. I just got off the phone with her a little bit ago, and she said she'd love to have Nadia on the family trip. Even my dad said it would be all right to have her tag along. So right now it's 3-1, and the three of us want her to come along.
Huh? You're telling me that both your parents are fine with all this as well? They're fine with both the car situation and the resort?
Yes, they both are. The only person that's against all of this is you, all right? Can you give up on fighting me on this and just let it be? I think it's best that you stop trying to piss me off any further, all right? I hate having to deal with jealous women with you right now.
Is that so? All right, then. Then go ahead and do whatever you guys want. And as for tomorrow, I'll be taking the bus instead.
Now, was that so hard? You could have just started with all that and we would have been completely fine. Now I'm going to get all your things out of the car and put them in the garage, and I'm going to let Nadia know that she can bring her stuff over whenever to put in the trunk. Thanks, Iris. Hey, wait a minute, Iris. Where is the key to the car? It's not where it normally should be. Right now, everyone is at the house ready to take off. Mom and Dad and Nadia. Since I don't have the key on me, I can't even unlock the car. Did you have any idea where it might have been left?
I happen to have it on me right now. Did you need it?
What? Wait, you're already on the way to the resort now, right? Right?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm on my way to the resort right now. The bus actually arrived a little earlier than expected, so I'm just here waiting on you guys at the bus stop. Ah, and the spare key for the car is also in my purse.
What the hell were you thinking? You have both the car keys on you, which means that all of us won't be able to take the car. How are the four of us supposed to get to the resort now?
Well?
Well? Iris, are you trying to piss me off right now?
Who do you think is more pissed off at the moment? I think that I am far more pissed off than you are, and I have been all day. This was the family trip that I put all my time into planning and then had to pay for with all my bonus. And you think that you can just start inviting whoever you want to come along a day before we leave? And what's worse is you wanted to bring along your longtime friend, who also happens to be your girlfriend, and have her ride in the car with you all while making me take the train? And then you want me sleeping in a small room with both your parents while you and her get to share a bed together? much more were you going to screw with me like that, you jerk? After something like that, I'm not sure I'll be able to fathom the frickin' nerve you have. And the fact that your parents agreed with you on that says a lot of things to me. So I'm done with you being such a pain in my neck. I'm going to get a divorce from you, and then you can be with your ex-girlfriend all you want.
Well, wait, hold on, a divorce? Wait a second, calm the heck down. Do you have any idea what a divorce even is?
Are you going to keep acting like I don't know what's going on here? I know dang well what a divorce means. It will allow for you to run off with that longtime friend of yours and have the relationship you've both been wanting to have.
Wait, are you freaking kidding me right now? You actually plan on getting a divorce from me now, just over something like this?
Just over something like this? What? You think that what you've been up to is just something simple? I see. So it's just normal for you to go around flaunting your affair in front of my face like that? Well, then that's enough of me putting up with you and your dang family now. I am going to end you all. You, your parents, and that woman you've been cheating on me with.
Wait, cheating on you? Cheating on you with her? I told you that Nadia and I do not have that kind of relationship with one another. I get that we went on a date once before, but right now the two of us are just longtime friends. Nothing else. You're way too crazy about all this stuff.
I am? Do you think that I have no clue about what's been going on with you and her? I have heard a lot from that longtime friend of yours, Lucas, about how when you say you have to work overtime, you're really up to something else. I've heard all the details about it because I receive a text about it every time. Sending me pictures every single time you both are together, bragging about how she gets to be with you.
What?
At the start of all this, I didn't want to think it was anything significant. But recently, things with her have only been getting worse. Sending me pictures of you both sleeping on bed together naked, and some of you both hanging out in different hotel rooms together.
What? Wait, are you serious? No, wait.
I've gone ahead and saved all those pictures to my phone, and now I have all the proof I need of you and Nadia being more than just longtime friends. And not just the photos, but screenshots of her bragging to me about what you both were up to, and recorded voicemails you sent me saying that you'd have to stay at work late again. With all this evidence I have, I could send you right to hell. Go ahead and start getting all your money in order. You're going to need it for the settlement I'm asking for. I plan to get in touch with a lawyer really soon here.
No, hold on for just a minute. You have this all completely wrong, all right? I'm literally nothing to Nadia besides a friend, and that goes both ways with us. You are the woman I love the most, and only you, all right? So, let's just both calm down a bit here. We can both take some time to breathe and talk all this through.
I'm already quite calm, actually, besides the occasional anger. Also, when you say that I'm the woman you love the most, that must mean there is another woman you love the second most, right? And maybe even a third? People that cheat really don't know how to phrase what they want to say properly, do they?
You're wrong. You have this all wrong. Hey, can we please take a moment to discuss all of this in person? We can all get on the bus right now and meet you there to talk this all over.
Well, if you want to come all the way out here, then be my guest. But there's no place for you guys to stay out here, all right?
What? Wait, but we still have the other room, right? We reserved 2 rooms for the 5 of us.
The 5 of us? I only ever reserved 1 room. And it's a larger room for my sister and my parents to all stay in with me. Well, I had always planned for us to all share one large family room, but I didn't want to waste it all on myself. There would also be way too much food for just me to eat, so I asked my parents and my older sister to come out and stay with me. So even if you did come on the next bus, there wouldn't be a room here open for you guys. And since it's the middle of spring break, I'm not so sure you'll find a room at any of the hotels or resorts here. But if you all really want to come out here, then get ready to sleep out in a park somewhere.
What? Iris, that's... You asked your family to come along without asking me for permission first? This is supposed to be a trip for my family to go on.
Wow, have the tables really turned on you or what? Who was the one that invited a complete stranger on this family trip without ever asking me first? Go ahead and get mad at me all you want for this, but this has made us even now. Remember when I said I wasn't going to let this all happen anymore? Well, here we are. I'm no longer taking any of your crap, and I'm going to be serving what you've given me right back.
Wait, no way. I'm telling you that I really have not been cheating on you.
Go ahead and keep saying that to me. I love watching you freak out like a little ant drowning in water. Just know that you saying you've not been cheating isn't going to do anything for you. I have loads of evidence that says otherwise.
No, you seriously are making a huge mistake right now. Just freaking believe me.
All you have to say to me anymore is that I'm the one who's misunderstanding things, and not once have you apologized to me yet. I guess even now, while you're caught red-handed, you still think everything you've done isn't wrong?
Wait, no. Sorry, I made a big mistake this time. I'm so dang sorry for everything I did to you recently.
I asked for an apology from you, not this shallow and heartless BS. When I'm done spending time with my family here, I'll get to work on the divorce. So until then, can you sit tight and be quiet for me? I'm really excited to relax at this amazing resort that I picked out. And I don't need to keep having my phone go off about something that's not my fault.
Wait.
See you, Lucas. From there, I went ahead and turned all notifications from Lucas off and ignored him. I was then able to meet up with my mom, dad, and my sister, and the four of us were able to enjoy the resort, while eating amazing foods and drinking lots of alcohol. I guess it really is the most fun when you go on trips with those you can love and trust. After our stay at the resort was over, I went home with both my parents, and there I got in touch with a lawyer to start working on the divorce. I started showing all the evidence I had of Lucas cheating on me with Nadia, and the whole meeting with my lawyer went by smoother than butter. Both Lucas and his parents came to my parents' house begging for me to not go through with the divorce. But I wasn't going to have it, and made sure to divorce Lucas while also getting a settlement from both him and Nadia. And what do you know? 2 months after the divorce, Lucas and Nadia got married to one another. But when it came to Nadia, she may have been a really good lover to Lucas, but as his wife, she was a no-go. And once again, due to cheating, the relationship they had went cold in half a year. Then Lucas tried to get back in touch with me, trying to get me to come back to his side and marry him. But by that point in time, I was with another man that my older sister had introduced me to. And when I told him I was already married, he shut up and would never talk to me again after that. I really hope he realizes nobody's going to want him around them when he thinks it's all right to invite another woman on a family trip with his wife and parents. Luckily for me, I have a new husband now who is both really kind to me and treats me as though I'm his equal. And from here on, I'm going to forget about that idiot ex of mine and put all my head into thinking about my true love.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time!
Hey, Harold, you got a minute? I have something to say to you.
Hey, Jane. What is this something? Is it important? Want to talk directly?
Well, actually, I was going to call and talk to you directly, but figured I should leave this kind of stuff in text form, you know. So, do you mind?
No, not at all. So, what's up?
We've been going on for, 5 years now? And now we're both in our mid-20s, right?
Yeah, almost past the midway point and on our way to 30. Time flies.
Yeah, right? So, I'm seriously contemplating marriage. And age-wise, thought it would be a good time to bring it up. Most of our classmates have already gotten married.
Yeah, I know. As I said before, I asked you to wait a little bit longer. Remember? I'm currently studying so I can take over my parents' business. There's still a lot to learn, and I'm pretty busy. I'm not quite ready. I don't want to be a burden on you later on.
Yeah, I heard that so many times. But a woman is only young once. I want to get married right away and be happy as soon as I can. So, I want to break up with you.
Huh? Break up?
If you keep postponing the marriage, before you know it, I'll be in my 30s. And there's a limit to when I can have a child.
I completely understand how you feel, but until I can be really confident in myself, I just can't. Can't you wait for a little longer? It's gonna be several years before I'll be promoted to company president, but after a year or two, we can start planning the wedding. And for now, the company's on a steady keel. I will never make you struggle financially.
To be honest, I'm a little worried about your family business. I asked you about it before, but I still don't know what sort of a company it is. It's just some local business or a small factory, right? You guys are okay now, but it seems kind of shaky. Never know what will happen going forward. You always say you'll make me happy and would not burden me, but that's all talk. You never know what will happen.
Let me get this straight. You're saying my pay won't be so great, and that's why you're concerned?
I want to be a housewife, so I really don't want to have to work. And you say this company is a family business run by close relatives. Not really a well-known name you can brag about. It'd be different if I was a wife of some major corporation. I sure would prefer a famous corporate name I could boast to my friends about.
Famous corporate name. Huh. So it's all about having a cool title. Are you telling me you want to break up just for a title? So, what was all that time we spent together? All these years?
It means nothing if we can't marry. During your university, you were fairly good looking, so I figured I would go out with you and see how things worked out. But, you know what? It's not about looks. A guy's gotta have money and a corporate title.
Okay, so Jane, you want to dump me and find a guy with money and a cool title. Is that it? Even if he's 30 years your senior?
Huh? Why do you...
Do you really think I didn't know? I know you've been two-timing me with a guy you met on the dating site. I knew about you guys a long time ago. He's the vice president of a major corporation. He's almost 60 and twice divorced.
So what? What's it got to do with you? It's none of your business. I'm breaking up with you, and we're not even engaged. You have no right to tell me what to do. I can marry whoever I want. Way better than marrying the so-called president of a tiny local company of a factory or whatever it is. I'd rather go out with an older guy who makes a six-figure annual income.
Yeah. Well, what he lacks in appearance and age, he has money and prestige, I guess. Your perfect definition of a great guy.
Yeah, unlike you. So, stop holding me back and break up with me.
Yeah. Okay. You seem set on dumping me. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna stop you. Do as you please, Jane.
Finally. Figure it out, huh? So that's that. Our relationship is finally over. And please don't talk to me again. I'm the wife of a rich businessman. You're the owner of a local business. We live in completely different worlds. Do you get it?
Yeah, I got it. I'll never speak to you ever again. And please, block me online. Alright then. I hope you find your happiness.
I don't need you to tell me that. I sure will be happy. Just watch. Hey, Harold! It's been so long. I saw the newspapers. Your company was all over the news. I'm not really sure what it is all about, but that is really something. On the front page. I knew you would be a success someday.
Huh? Is that you, Jane? What's up? Did you decide to unblock me?
I saw a huge picture of you in the paper today, and I immediately contacted you. I thought your company was some small local business or something. You were able to get, what was it? A patent? I was so shocked. I did a little research on my own. Didn't realize your company has a long history and is quite large. Your company runs various vacation spots and hotels, right? Harold, you never told me your family business was so big and rich.
Well, I'm not the one that's rich. My parents own the whole thing. They've been protecting the company and family name for generations.
But you're going to inherit it all someday, right? All of it is going to be yours someday, right? The company and all its assets and all the money, right?
Yeah, well, I guess. That's a long way away. I'm still learning the ropes.
Wow, you're set to inherit it all. It's so wonderful. That's my boyfriend.
Huh? What's with this my boyfriend? Don't you remember? We split up years ago. What happened to the old guy you were gonna marry?
I broke up with him long time ago. He was rich, but he was just too old. He smells, he's fat, and just really yucky. So, I figured we could get back together.
What? Not a chance. Why would I go with you again? Besides,
But the last time we talked about breaking up, you tried hard to stop me. I was sure I sensed some affection towards me. There is nobody to interrupt our relationship anymore. So I'm willing to let bygones be bygones and start over.
like I said, no chance. Besides,
Come on, don't be shy. And your preparations for the job? That's just about complete, right? This time, I'll marry you. I'll go over to your place this weekend, say hello to your folks. What do you say? Boy, I can't wait to go to your house. I heard your home is quite a mansion. Can't wait to be called the president's wife.
I already have 2 kids.
Huh?
I'm already married, and I have 2 lovely kids. So obviously, I can't marry you. Sorry.
Huh? What? Are you serious? Why are you married?
Am I not allowed to get married? I mean, I never said I was gonna stay single for the rest of my life.
But when we were going out, you never wanted to get married. As if you're avoiding it. But then you break up with me, and after a couple of years, you get married? Come on! And you have kids? That's absurd! And why didn't you marry me back then, when I asked?
That's why I told you back then to wait a year or 2 to get things in order. Then I would marry you. You're the one who couldn't wait and went ahead and had a fling with that dude. Something about money and a cool title, as I recall.
Yeah, but I didn't know about your company.
Jane, you really are something. You don't even try to hide the fact that all you're interested in is the money.
I want you to divorce your wife right away and marry me. Your ex-wife can take custody of the kids, and we'll make our own.
Are you senile? I'm not getting divorced. My wife is a wonderful and sophisticated woman, unlike you. After breaking up with you, my folks introduced me to her. She completely understands what is required for my job and supports me every step of the way. She makes me very happy. She made me realize the importance of family. She's a wonderful wife. And FYI, she would never cheat on me.
But I broke off my relationship with that guy just so I could marry you. I make amends. I broke it off to be with you. It's because I love you, Harold. I can't believe you would chase away your ex-girlfriend that way. You're so cruel. Monster!
What the hell are you talking about? Your breaking up with the guy has nothing to do whatsoever with me. We're complete strangers.
But
And you said you broke up with the guy. That's a lie, right? The truth is, he dumped you. Am I right?
huh? Of course not.
That guy you had that affair with, he's a real womanizer, I hear. He would lay his hands on not only his employees, but also his daughter's friends. He would use his money as bait to lure in any woman that would fall for it. I can understand him being twice divorced. He just used you and dumped you. Am I right? As you said, woman is only young once, but that precious time was all used up by some old womanizing geezer. I feel for you, Jane.
No, you're wrong. He didn't use me. I was the one who dumped him. Stop making it out like I'm the victim here.
Yeah, I get it. Anyways, I have a wonderful family, so I have no intention of marrying you. Find some other schmuck. This time, I'm gonna block you, so please don't try contacting me again.
What? Hey, come on. Can't I just contact you sometimes? If you can't marry me, how about a mistress?
I wouldn't even want you as a friend. Like you said, we live in completely different worlds. So, I'll leave you with those wise words. See ya!
Hold on, please.
After we had the conversation, Jane hung around our home and office, trying to find the chance to talk to me again. She ended up stealing our mail and dumping garbage in our yard. We set up a security camera and got all the recorded evidence we needed. We took that to the police and charged her with stalking. Jane's parents visited us and apologized for her daughter's behavior. They promised they would keep a close eye on her and that she would never bother us again. We received minor compensation for her nuisance, and she was let go into the custody of her folks. That was the last I ever saw of Jane.
What did you think of today's story? Waiting for your comments. Please stop by again. If you like this story, click the like button and subscribe.
Hey there, Annie. I hate beating around the bush, so I'll get straight to the point. Karen, what is it? It's about your husband, Arthur. As much as it pains me to say this. Oh, who am I kidding? It doesn't pain me at all to say this. You're acting really weird. Could you just tell me what this is about, please? Arthur is mine now. And we just got out of our hotel room after an evening of, well, I think you know. Let me get this straight, Karen. Are you telling me right now that you're having an affair with my husband? That's right. Actually, it's been just about a year since we started seeing each other. We're deeply in love. How did you even meet Arthur? Oh, it's a simple story, really. I started working at Arthur's company, that's all. And since I've got nothing to hide anymore, I may as well tell you that I had every intention to make him mine from the moment I applied. I'm just as gifted in the workplace as I am in the bedroom, so I was a shoo-in for the position. And that was precisely what made Arthur go head over heels for me. Oh, Annie, if only you were more of a woman, then maybe it wouldn't have been so easy to take Arthur from you. Is there more to this conversation, or is that all you wanted to say? What's up with that reaction? You've told me that you've been having an affair with my husband for a year, so is that it? You met, you slept with him, and now you're telling me about it? I've got all that, so let's keep this conversation moving forward, if you don't mind. You're something else, Annie. You said you hate beating around the bush, right? Well, so do I. Oh. All right, fine. Have it your way. So anyway, early next month, I'll be taking a week off from work. Would you like to know what I'll be doing? I'll be going on a week-long vacation with Arthur. I see. And while we're away, I need someone to look after my 3 kids. And since you're just a housewife, I thought I could just have you take care of them. Huh? While you were planning this big reveal to me, do you honestly think that I would just agree to babysit your kids while you sleep with my husband? You have no choice but to say yes. Why? Because I'm a strong, independent woman who successfully balanced a high-achieving career and being a single mother. And you're nothing but a housewife. Any time you'd like to start making sense would be great, Karen. You made a pretty big leap in reasoning there, and I'm gonna have to ask you to show your work. Wow, Annie, I had no idea you were so dull. You still have no idea what sort of position you're in, do you? What position would that be? Your days as the pampered and spoiled housewife of a rich and successful entrepreneur are about to come to an abrupt end. Your beautiful little house of cards is about to come tumbling down. And when it does, you're in for an extremely hard awakening when you hit rock bottom. Let me see if I've got this straight. You're saying that if I divorce my husband, that I'll have no one to take care of me since I don't work? Are you threatening me? Threatening? Heavens, no. I would never dream of threatening you, Annie. I'm giving you some valuable information. Reality apparently hasn't set in for you yet, so let me be clear. If you don't want to find yourself a divorced woman with nowhere to go and no one to help you, then be a good little girl and look after my kids while we're away. Got it? Let me repeat. Did you really think that this little game of yours would work on me? Obviously, yeah. I think that any rational person in your position would realize you've been totally defeated and just do exactly as I say. What do you say, Annie? You'll look after my kids for me, right? Not a chance. Excuse me? There's not a snowball's chance in hell that I'm gonna look after my husband's mistress's kids while they're out on a romantic getaway. You'll have to hire a babysitter or something. I'm not doing it. You are unbelievable, Annie. Do you still think you're in any position to be saying no to me? You don't want to get divorced, do you? Think about your daughter. If you don't want the both of you to get kicked to the curb, penniless and hopeless, then do what I say and watch my kids during our vacation. Hey, Jack, got a minute?
Sure. Annie? What's up?
There's been some activity from you-know-who concerning you-know-what, and we need to move fast. Are you good to go?
Wow. From the sound of things, this is pretty serious. The last we talked, you were planning on waiting until your daughter's summer vacation was over.
Yeah, this can't wait that long anymore. We gotta move soon. And by soon, I mean by next month.
Sheesh.
Can you do it?
Well, I mean, from my position, it's really the sooner the better type of thing. But good grief, what happened?
It looks like Arthur's punishment is going to come sooner than I expected.
Go on.
Earlier this afternoon, Arthur's mistress texted me personally and blew the lid on their whole affair.
No way! For real?
It gets worse. She said that she and Arthur are going on a week-long vacation early next month, and, get this, she's now demanding that I take care of her 3 kids for her while they're away.
What?
I was originally planning to hold off for a bit longer, but now that my daughter could get involved, I think the time for holding off is over.
Holy smokes. What is that woman's problem? Like, is she clinically insane?
It wouldn't surprise me at all if she was, but in all honesty, I think that rather than mental illness, her real problem is just that she's an amoral, home-wrecking, slimy harlot with absolutely no conscience.
Oof. Don't hold back. Tell me what you really think about her.
Oh, don't worry. I have no intentions of holding back or looking after her kids. After all, I'm really not in as weak of a position as she thinks I am. Quite the contrary, she's so blissfully unaware of what's really going on and what I have in store for her. To be honest, I feel kind of bad for her.
Ha! Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in her position right now either. Alright then. Let's meet up at my house to discuss the specifics of where we go from here. Can you come over on Saturday?
Is it all right if I bring my daughter along with me?
Yeah. My wife's going to be taking our son over to her folks' place for the day, so we'll just have your daughter go along with them.
Thanks. I'll talk to her personally when I can, but please give her my thanks in advance, will you?
Just did. She says, don't mention it. I'm glad to help.
All right, so Saturday at 10 a.m.? Does that sound okay?
Got it. Let me know if there's anything you need me to prepare in advance.
Thanks, Jack. See you Saturday. Hey there, Annie. Arthur and I are leaving for our vacation tomorrow. When will you be coming to pick up my kids? I'm pretty sure I already told you I'm not babysitting for you. Oh, please, Annie. Give up the ghost. You're not fooling anyone. You know just as well as I do that you can't say no to me. Honestly, I don't care if you get divorced or not. It's all the same to me. Either way, Arthur is still mine, and you're still a loser. But as long as you're married, we'll always have a babysitter to take care of my kids for me, which means I'll have more free time to spend with my Arthur. So, Annie, like I said, I'm a superior woman to you in every way, and if I wanted, I could make Arthur divorce you anytime I want. It's out of the kindness of my heart that I'm allowing you to stay married to him. For now. Oh, would you look at the time? We need to get going. I'll just drop my kids off at the curb in front of your house. You can handle things from there. Make sure you feed them some proper meals, okay? Karen, I told you I am not taking care of your kids. And I told you, unless you want your sweet little daughter thrown out on the streets, yes, you are. No, I literally cannot babysit your kids. I have to work today. What? I'm not a housewife anymore. I have work today, so I sent my daughter over to my parents' house to look after her until the evening. And they'll have their hands full with her. They can't look after your kids, too. What? So what, you got yourself some part-time job? A janitor or something? Nope, I'm actually a regular full-time employee. In your dreams, what company would hire some housewife like you? What skills could you possibly have to offer them? So yeah, I'll drop my kids off in front of your place. See you in a week. Annie, where are you and where are my kids? Oh, hello, Karen. I see you made it back from your vacation. Obviously! I just came to pick up my kids. But Arthur said that all of your and your daughter's things are completely gone. The house was empty. What on earth is going on? Where are my kids? Don't tell me you just abandoned them out on the street. Nah, don't worry. I'd never do a thing like that. Don't tell me not to worry. Where are my kids? Your kids should be all safe and sound at your ex-husband's place. What? My ex-husband? Yeah, I figured that since they're his kids too, that he'd like to know what was going on with them. It just so happens that the husband of a friend of mine used to work with your ex and still had his phone number. So he gave me your ex-husband's phone number and I gave him a call. What did you do, Annie? Me? I didn't do anything. But as for your ex, as soon as he got to my house and saw that you actually did just abandon them on our front lawn, he put them right into his car and took them back to his house with him. No! How could you do this to me? Again, I didn't do anything. However, your husband will likely be suing you for custody over what you did. So I would recommend getting a lawyer and preparing to pay out money and child support. You monster! Who do you think you are? Fine, that does it. I'm going to make Arthur divorce you, so I recommend you get a lawyer if you can afford one. Is that so? You'll soon learn that you should have simply shut up and done what you were told. While you were enjoying your pampered existence as a housewife, I was out there in the real world making something of myself. Now you're going to see exactly what a cruel place the real world is. Did you not see me say I'm a full-time employee? Oh yeah, I saw your lies. Listen, Karen, I guess you didn't know this, but the reason I was a full-time housewife for about a year was just an issue of timing and circumstances. What is that supposed to mean? When I made the decision to resign from my old company, I was already planning to work with my brother Jack, who was in the process of starting up his own company. But due to a number of circumstances within the company and the industry overall, that company ended up going bankrupt before I actually resigned. Unfortunately, my brother wasn't quite ready to launch his company when that happened, and my daughter had just started kindergarten to boot. So I figured that rather than get some random job at a place with the intent to quit that job in less than a year, I would spend that free time studying up to obtain some new certifications I would need to work with my brother's company. And I just passed my final tests last month. And so, as of last week, I am officially an employee at my brother's company. I see. Originally, I wasn't planning to start work there for another few months, but since you decided to enact your brilliant scheme of threatening me with divorce if I didn't watch your kids while you slept with my husband, I talked to my brother and had him move up our plans a few months. Okay. I really do feel bad about petty issues between adults having an impact on my daughter, but to be fully honest, she never really liked her father anyway. On the other hand, she always loved my parents, and now that we've moved in with them, she is absolutely thrilled to be able to play with her grandma and grandpa every day. So, it's probably better for her this way. So, you mean... Yep, you guessed it. Thanks for your advice about getting a lawyer, but I actually already had one. And he's now hard at work on a lawsuit against my husband for his affair. And of course, you'll be getting served as well, so be prepared for that. No! Oh, and one more thing. Arthur's getting fired as president of his company. He is? I was never involved with his company, so I don't know the specifics, but word on the street is he repeatedly broke the ethics rules that he himself set for the company's executives. Ironic, huh? Wait, hold on. This can't be happening. None of this was supposed to happen. Everything was going according to plan. How could things possibly turn out this badly for me? You know, there's a word for what's happening to you right now. What is it? Karma. In any case, there's no point in me continuing this conversation with you, so I'll go ahead and take my leave here. You'll be hearing from my lawyer within a few days with all the details of my lawsuit against you. Can't we talk about this like adults? Nope. Bye. Arthur and I got divorced a month after that. I sued the both of them for their affair and won a hefty judgment. I also sued Arthur for child support, so he'll be on the hook for that until she's 18. Not long after that, Arthur was removed from his post as president of his company. He inherited that position from his father, who founded the company, and he was so furious that he's now forcing Arthur to make ends meet as a day laborer in the company's factory. As for Karen, she lost custody of all 3 kids to her ex-husband, and the shoe's on the other foot now. She's the one who will have to pay child support to him. Word about her illicit affair with the now former president, my ex-husband, spread throughout the company, and after a while she couldn't stand being the subject of constant ridicule and quit her job. Karen holed herself up in her apartment for a few weeks after that, but her parents came along to slap some sense into her and got her a job somewhere with company housing close to the office. Apparently, she actually is an incredibly talented worker, so if she can just manage to fix her atrocious personality and lack of morals, she might actually be able to turn her life around. But frankly, I'm not too optimistic about that.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.